Ну что, друзья, всем привет. Ой. Шоу уж совсем скоро начнется. 13 минуточек осталось. Музыка приятная, успокаивающая. В принципе, супер многого от сегодняшнего шоу я не жду, но все же, кто знает, может быть, что-нибудь очень интересное покажут. Я буду не против. Так, лампочка умирает, но никак не умрет. Конечно, могли бы уже начать что-нибудь допоказывать. Ну так, для приличия. Какое-нибудь пред-шоу-шоу. А то так сидеть ждать 10 минут, ну, тяжеловатенько. Благо взял кофе, чтобы, как говорится, не было грустно, скучно. Ну а что приятно, музыка прям очень-очень хорошая. Осталось, между прочим, меньше 5 минуточек. Скоро все начнется. Отхлебнем. Привет, привет, Александр. Смотрим презентацию Nacon, которая будет всякие новые игры нам показывать буквально через минуту с небольшим. Надеюсь, что какую-то годноту да покажут. Голум будет, Steel Rising будет, Робокоп будет. Какие-то вещи покажут впервые. Тест-драйв Unlimited новый будет. Ну, будет что посмотреть, думаю. Думаю, все-таки будет что посмотреть. Тем более ждать осталось меньше минуты. Давай, секундочки, быстрее уходи. Давай, давай, давай. О, началось вся. Всем привет и добро пожаловать на вот этот Nacon Connect 2022.
I'm doing well. I'm so excited for this Nacon Connect 2022. It's been 1 year already. How time flies.
Проводит уже, наверное, год третий вот этот Nacon Connect, где показывают всякое.
What Nacon is. Well, Nacon is a French publisher that develops games going from simulation to action adventure to everything you can think of, basically.
Короче, будут игры всех жанров.
There's something for you in terms of games, but also in terms of accessories, because, well, obviously Nacon also, well, is into controllers, of arcade sticks, but also headphones, plenty of things actually. Yeah, basically, as I said, like if you're a gamer, if you want to play, if you want to use some new equipment, new gear, there is something for you in the Nacon catalog. So I'm really excited to be here this year because it's not the first time that we've seen Nacon Connect, and I know TPK, you followed the last year really, really closely. So just, talk to me about this a little bit. Yeah, so last year Nacon actually announced, pretty exciting titles, if you ask me. For example, first of all, we have the Lord of the Ring, Golem. Of course, everybody basically knows about Golem. Everybody knows about the Lord of the Rings. So it's always exciting to see a new game.
Как раз спасибо за лайки. Сейчас как раз будут рассказывать про The Lord of the Rings Golem. На мой взгляд, очень интересная игра. Стоит за ней следить, наблюдать. Показывайте уже, хватит болтать. Ну чё нового, вот в эту субботу опять будем с ребятами с беседы, кто живет недалеко, встречаться. Останется только пятницу доработать, без косяков, а это уже не так легко.
sometimes you'll get, you know, it can be scary sometimes. You know about RoboCop, you know about Paul Verhoeven, the director.
Yes.
So just in case you didn't see it, just, you know, do yourself a favor and do it. Well, right now at Nacon Connect we've got a lot.
Ну а так все хорошо. Вчера весь день смотрел, как жена на PlayStation 5 играет. На ее собственном PlayStation 5, на который я не могу даже смотреть. Ребят, мы поняли. Давайте уже, показывайте ихоры. Ихоры показывайте.
So, what about this year? Is there anything right now that you could tell me that, you know, strikes your enthusiasm a little bit in terms of upcoming stuff coming from Nacon?
Yes. So we talked about those games, you know, those 3 games, but you know, there are so many games that we have to talk about tonight because obviously there's that one game that I love at Infinitum, which is a survival horror game that I'm so you know, it's surprised about this game. I cannot wait to see more. But also in terms of, you know, I'm
Ну, ребятушки, ну давайте уже.
So there is always something for you in Nacon, and basically you have fight sticks. And fight sticks, I'm a fight stick player myself, so I love the Deja, which
Хочешь их перемотать? Скип? 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 Не работает.
I cannot wait to see and, well, hear more about this amazing fight stick. So yeah, we have plenty of games, plenty of accessories also to show you tonight, which leads us to obviously.
Ну, блин, нельзя исключать и такое. Нельзя исключать и такой вариант. Но надеюсь на лучшее.
Can we take a look at that bingo that's supposed to be behind? Oh, it's actually in the screen. Like the production value is going out of this world. So basically, what we have here is a bingo setup, right?
Yes.
And what we wanna show you is we'll go through every single box and show you, you know, a little image, a hint of what's coming your way in the conference part of Nacon Connect. So I guess we can start right away, and I'm feeling lucky with number 67 on the top
Number
of the screen.
67.
Can we show that square?
Да просто встречаемся, посидеть, пообщаться, увидеть друг друга вживую. Иногда для встреч не должна быть какая-то супер причина. Ну а с кем кто придет, пока рано говорить. Да, круто, круто. Я хотел отписаться, но сделал бы это попозже. Я сегодня прям на работе до победного умирал. На самом деле круто. Так, смотрите, какой-то открыли кубик Рубик. Так, субтитры, настройки, английский, выкл. Не, круто, что себе купил. Хорошие обновы. Я, например, всегда больше все-таки люблю играть на геймпадах, чем на клаве мыши. А еще я себя бью в грудь, я нервничаю, я жду ихр, а не это все. Начинайте уже.
Grab it, put it in your brain for now, and you might be able to recognize some of that in the upcoming trailers because there's gonna be a lot of them. TPK, I think we did our best with this square. Is there another one that you want to reveal?
You know what? I'll pick number 27.
That's a terrible choice.
Oh, is it?
No, I'm just saying, you know.
Ну какие такие мрачные картины.
We have trees or plants, actually plants.
Yeah.
And also some kind of, you know, special architecture.
Yeah. Another architecture thing, you know, structure, but it's really green. Like there is a lot of leaves, lots of you know, of plants, as you said, and that weird architecture. what could it be? Like,
I don't know.
and that's not a modern thing, right?
No,
Like,
that's not modern.
It can't be modern.
By any means.
Так, сейчас самое главное не засыпать, так, держать себя в руках. Очень интересно.
I like where your brain's going right now.
Не шпим, не
I wonder
шпим.
if there's a game in the catalog that could,
I don't
be connected with that. We don't want to spoil.
We don't want to spoil things,
We
right?
don't want to
Because,
spoil anything in this, but like take into account, green leaves and that architecture that kind of looks a little bit different
Приветствую.
from what you could get
Not from
on
this
normal
world.
Earth.
Not from this world, actually.
You want to do You liked it there.
Yeah, you're a professional.
Okay. I'm gonna go with
Yeah, have a
another
guess.
square if that's okay with you.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with 74.
Ну да, минут 10 болтают точно уже, соглашусь, Александр.
This one is completely, like,
Я всегда говорю,
you haven't-
по моему мнению, лично по моему мнению, лучше показать, чем рассказывать.
Likely.
Okay.
I don't
Разговорам
think
не
I don't see
веришь,
anything
уже
wrong
давно.
with this picture.
Okay, so my eyes are not as good as they used to be. I'm getting old a little bit, but I do feel.
У меня
like
вроде
those
живота
hands,
не видно, но я все равно
they
втянул.
look old. They look
На всякий
weird.
пожарный.
Yeah, something's wrong about this hand.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a human hand, or is it?
It has 5 fingers and stuff, and it can iron.
Does
so
it?
I don't know if and I actually I don't know if that's 5 fingers, but it can like use an iron. So in a way, has to be human, I guess, in a way, but.
Yeah,
Let's
this hand
see what
is.
this one is actually, like.
That's promising.
yeah.
This picture, this hint is promising. Actually.
Yeah, but I have no idea what it could be.
I have no idea.
But
Or
there's
maybe.
something wrong with that.
Ну и
It's just-
спасибо еще раз за лайки.
I wanna
Приятно,
know,
приятно.
But the shirt is alright.
Yeah,
The
the-
green shirt is alright.
Yeah. Is it a green shirt or is it a red shirt?
I mean,
Ironing the bottom,
I mean,
the bottom side,
the person ironing is actually wearing.
Спасибо, спасибо.
Yeah, you're right.
Nothing fancy.
Ладно, друзья.
No.
Осталось раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Всего 5 картинок им раскрыть. И, возможно, что-то начнется. Ну, какие-то такие мрачные все картинки. Какая-то хорорятина, походу.
Yeah, so the weird thing is, like, there's a huge building in the back, like, really tall one, but at the same time you've got like a church in the front.
It
like,
looks like a church.
It is like an interesting way of setting up the image in general. So is the green thing already like a tell, or like once again architecture? Are we doing an architecture
class
like talk or something like?
Might be.
I'm not exactly sure.
So I think that you guys in the chat are like at every hint, you guys are actually guessing Test Drive Unlimited, and that it's come on, please.
It's not in the bingo, right? Like it's not in the bingo.
Or is it? I mean, if we'll see about that.
Yeah. Okay.
But this it's also very promising.
Блин, у нас, конечно, на улице 32 градуса. Я закрыл окно, чтобы детишки не мешали мне вести стрим. Просто на улице бегают дети, прям визжат, радуются жизни, ну, которым в школу не надо. Я прям сейчас сижу, таю. Я таю.
Oh, okay. So we have a sign written in Chinese.
Okay.
Maybe it looks like at least
Болтаю, да.
language from
Asian characters.
Yeah, Asian
alphabet.
language.
I'm not exactly sure where.
Yes.
Какой-то Asian language.
Like a driving thing, like a driving
We see a road.
sign, right? Like there's a road and there's a driving sign in a way. Like there's this a stop sign. Well, I don't speak that language personally.
3 картинки, друзья. Всего 3 картинки, держитесь.
Oh.
It's kind of rough and le français,
Интересно, они все игры так будут сегодня анонсировать?
For my brain, If you guys have any idea what this could be, we're interested in knowing in the chat. If you guys are excited about this one. So since TPK
Нет, я живу в России, мне недоступны бесплатные игры от Epic.
Of course. I'm definitely down for it.
Okay. So let's do
Вообще недоступны.
5.
Не заслужил.
Oh, okay. So this is a texture or
Вообще. Прям вот
because we have buildings.
100%.
This is not a building. This is no architecture.
Okay.
So
Lots of, tiny holes.
Black and white.
Like,
Осталось две картинки.
and like looks like a plastic thing.
Две.
Or it's like,
Maybe it's made out of
Две.
plastic, or
so that's an object we're looking at.
maybe,
Yeah.
most likely,
Okay. I'm interested.
an object.
Ah,
All right.
I do have an idea.
You do have an idea?
I don't want to see. I don't want to say it because
Yeah?
I'm gonna spoil something. But
You're
it
beating
looks
around the
like
bush.
something that's around us in the studio. Just saying. Maybe not on this shot though.
All right. So let's speed things up with maybe number 55. 55?
45.
45. Sorry.
45.
55 doesn't exist. All right. Armor plate.
Ooh.
Yes. So
And a
it's
good one.
raining behind, I guess.
Yeah.
It's raining, so that's an armor plate. I see an arm. Oh, it looks like a right arm, right?
Ah, I see it now.
Yes, see?
Yeah. No. I see what you meant because at first I was like, okay, armor plate. I kind of get behind it, but it.
Так что да, теперь я все игры покупаю. Никакой халявы.
The spaceship or
Yes.
the end of the plane. Okay, but it does look like armor.
Ну, вообще похоже немножко на броню Робокопа.
So, let's see what's hidden in the
Как сами
upcoming
думаете,
announcement.
что-то есть такое от Робокопа?
98.
98.
Alrighty, that's really special.
Oh, we're going back to architecture.
Again, a building.
Yeah, again a building.
Again, a building.
Uh,
Made out
but
of
not
bricks.
not any kind of building. Yeah, you're right. Like red bricks.
Я тоже недавно проходил Resident Evil 4 вот с этой HD модификацией. Игра стала намного краше.
It's supposed to actually be something really
It's
quick, really
representing fast and movement. in a
Camera
way.
is holding up.
And there, and there's racing games, right, in the Nacon catalog. So could be something along those lines.
Yes.
Really interested once again if you guys have any conversation in the chat. Just, maybe try some guesses in the chat. That would be interesting to know. But we do have the Nacon Connect bingo completed right now. So you do have around how much is that? 3, 6, 8.
Не знаю для чего. Я качал последний HD мод, который делает картинку очень крутой.
I second that.
Я на Resident Evil 4 только этот мод и ставил, который улучшает графику. О! Неужели что-то будет? Заряжаю их включить трейлер. Просто я говорю, если ребята больше болтают, чем показывают, значит им особо и показывать нечего.
Because I think that you guys are waiting
Такая мудрость.
announcements from Nacon Connect 2022. If you don't mind, I'd like you guys to take a look at what's coming up next, because here are the different announcements from Nacon Connect 2022. Let's go.
Да, все верно. Ну вот, наконец-то что-то нам должны показать. Ну еще вот эта компания Nacon делает их хампады. Хампады делает. Поэтому хампады тут тоже будут рекламировать. Хампады для Xbox. Ну вот, началось. Наверное. Что же там?
In local news, a new crime wave that is sweeping Detroit has already claimed the lives of 21 police officers.
Disturbance? I'm a big fan. Now move.
Да, Робокоп. Ну, блин, Робокоп, кстати, неплохо выглядит. Как бы годных сюжетных шутанов не так много, почему нет? Ну, а я откуда знаю? Сейчас вместе узнаем. Наверное, узнаем.
Listen, I would trust this guy with my kids. I mean, if I had any. This was just an isolated glitch.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Ой, июнь 23-го для ПК и PlayStation 5. Осталось ждать всего ничего.
The conference here at Nacon Connect 2022 with this banger trailer for RoboCop. My name is Fonka and I'll be your guide over the next hour as I'm gonna be joined by numerous talents from the Nacon family. You can expect new gameplay trailers as well as unannounced games.
Не, ну блин, трейлер был неплохой. Я в детстве любил Робокопа. Конечно, Робокоп, ну, не настолько был моим любимым персонажем, как там Терминатор, но тоже смотрел с удовольствием. Мой любимый Робокоп 2.
I'm Jean Rousseau, I'm the CEO of Spiders, and I was also one of the co-founder of the studio when we created the studio in 2008. I'm also the writer, and I'm designing and creating most of the universes we use in our games.
Ну да, год по сути. Сейчас июль 22-го. Ну ладно, подождем. А вот эта игра Steel Rising должна выйти в этом году.
Became mad. You know that he's very passionate about, the true king was really passionate about mechanics, clockworks, and in our version he was so passionate that he made one of the genius engineers he had in court create some amazing machines to serve him and to entertain the court. At the beginning of the revolution, he unleashed all these mechanisms on Paris to crush the beginning of the uprising. So you play during the game Hades, who is a masterpiece of this genius Vaucanson we talked about already. And you were before dancing automatons at the court, and you were transformed into a deadly killer that serves the queen as a bodyguard. And she will send you, the queen, to try to find out about what happened to your master, to stop what is happening in Paris, and also to find back what happened to her children. So you will probably have to stop the machines of the king and fight a lot of them through your playthrough. But now that you know a little more about the game, let's see some new footage of it.
Steel Rising. Ну, выглядит интересно. Такие прикольные автоматоны. Выйдет для всего PS5, Xbox One, ПК.
Hello, I'm Sebastian. I'm design director at Spiders. I do the editorial design regarding the gameplay at Spiders on all the games that are developed in the studio. The fighting system is dynamic. Aegis is grateful, agile, and air movement. Every attacks can be combined with jumping, dodging, or every tools that you can unlock in the game. Various playstyles are possible, from fast blades that can be risky to use to heavy weapons that can help you to keep enemies at bay. You can
Привет,
also
Миш,
switch to
привет.
alchemical weapons that help you to handle multiple targets during fighting in melee, but you can also be from a distance using muskets. You can encounter various enemies in the game, from basic mobs that are
Ну, блин, интересная такая экшен-РПГ. Я ее точно попробую. И спасибо за лайки.
Humans in that game. The bosses are their own strengths and weaknesses. They also use alchemical attacks against the player, and they are really challenging and tough enemy that don't only grant you experience to upgrade your character, they unlock also extra content. Some of the bosses unlock new tools to the player that enhance the experience of the game regarding the combat and the exploration. During the development, we put a lot of effort on the control responsiveness with Aegis, and we're really proud about it.
And now, let's watch some gameplay from Ad Infinitum.
Нет, ты. Ну, это явно какая-то хоррорятина. Ух ты ж, мать мою, какие страшные штуки-то идут.
Manchmal weiß ich nicht, ob ich träume oder wache. Ob ich hier in den Gräben bin oder zurück im Haus in Berlin.
Хоррорятина на немецком? Не-не-не, очень здорово. «20 апреля 2023. Нежате.
Nicolas Dejean from Artifact Studio to talk about their upcoming release, Crown Wars: The Black Prince. Let's watch the trailer together.
Ну прям вот начали, прям трейлер за трейлером, хорошо.
Year 1356. Almost 20 years of God-sent calamities have afflicted the land. The Great Plague bereaves cities and countryside alike, while a ravenous war is waged between the royal families for the crown of the most powerful kingdom of Europe. Alas, an even more terrible scourge is on the move. Lurking in the shadows, a secret power advances timeless evil, child of conspiracies, bred from despair and unholy sacrifices. On the edge of the abyss stands a handful of men and women devoted to knowledge, the last bulwark of light against the darkness.
Crown Wars. Стратеж какая-нибудь, наверное. Ну или тактика, да. 2023, без даты выхода конкретной. Но можно уже виш-лист добавить, тоже неплохо.
Sure. Crown Wars is a squad-based tactical RPG that takes place in France during the 100 Years' War. The game has a really strong historical background in which we mixes historical.
По сути, из всех игр, которые показали, только Steel Rising выйдет в этом году. Все остальные это 23-й год. Ой.
So now that we have the historical setting, who do you play as and what do you do exactly in the game?
You play as the lord of a modest domain, worn out by the war, who will have to make strong choices to survive in a country on the verge of chaos and misery. To progress into the game, you'll have to recruit companions and send them across the country to fight into tactical battles. This battle will serve your personal interest or the interest of the powerful family who are fighting for the Kingdom of France at that time.
So you mentioned companions that will fight for us, but can you spare any details on who they are and what they can do in the game?
Sure. A wide range of classes are available to players. It goes from a crusader, heavily equipped, a beastmaster with its ferocious animals, to an alchemist who masters devastating potions, each of them with a very unique role within the squad. The tactical battles offer the balance between melee combat and ranged attacks. The build diversity is quite huge, mostly due to the fact that a companion is a mix between class skills and weapon skills.
So what will be the challenges that the players will have to face in the game?
These companions, men and women, will allow you to respond to the tactical puzzle proposed by the game. You will have to constantly adapt your multiple squads to the enemies and the environments, which bring many configurations. You will fight in forests, in villages, in castles, and in strongholds. As the time passes, season pass and will impact the battlefields.
So we've heard pretty much everything about the game, but one thing, when is it coming out?
The game will be available in 2023 on PC and consoles.
Thank you so much, Nicolas, for being here, and thanks for all those info.
Thank you, my pleasure.
And because the fun never stops here at Nacon Connect, we've got two new trailers to show you. Blood Bowl 3 and Chef Life.
Почему нет? Blood Bowl. Кстати, я эту игру жду.
You wretched scum! Do you have any idea what Blood Bowl is? Grabbing the ball, protecting your teammates, going to the end zone, and scoring touchdowns. Simple, isn't it? So why haven't I seen any of that?
Суровый тренер.
As a coach, I was spoiled for choice when recruiting. From the most barbaric and bloodthirsty Black Hawks to the most impregnable dwarves in defense, yet I chose to believe in you. I found us the best cheerleaders on the circuit. And had you playing in the most famous stadiums. Well, maybe we ran a little bit short of money when buying your gear as a result. It's not the point.
Приветствую, приветствую, Элден. Ты как раз пришел на орков. Точнее, на гоблинов. Но это нормально.
Protecting the ball carrier and crushing the hell out of your opponents. You had a chance to shine every turn. Oh, I know luck could have been with us. But that's not an excuse. Of course I know that you're fragile little guys. Blood Bowl is neither fair play nor good-natured. Blood Bowl is a demanding sport. Your opponents want your heads. And even their fans will murder you if they have the chance. Rules and referees won't help you. So finish your drinks, pull yourselves together. Get out there and win me this match.
Такой хороший тренер. Видно, умеет мотивировать свою команду. А вот это что-то не хочу. Какой симулятор ресторана? Не мое. Не мое, простите, друзья. Хотя жрачка не клёв, все передумал.
I try to only use local suppliers to get the best ingredients, even though it's a bit more expensive this way. It's important to be a responsible chef. All right, we're all stocked up now, and the team's just arrived. Great. We can start the mise en place, so we won't be swamped.
Фу, они делают веганское меню.
Let's go. First, I cut the vegetables, mince the meat for the lasagna, then I prepare the dough, but not too thin this time. Oops, I almost forgot to start the bouillon for the dish of the day. Now that it's ready, I can keep it warm for later. All right, everything's ready. The customers will arrive soon. It's rush hour now. Luckily, I can count on my dream team to help me out. Kasim, prepare a shrimp for table 2, please.
Yes, chef.
Here we go. Perfect seasoning, impeccable technique, but I'm not too fond of the plating. Let me redo that real quick. Great. Now it's perfect. All right, team. Let's keep it up.
Ну, может, с женой сыграем на стриме как-нибудь подобное. Будем есть и готовить одновременно. Не, все, игра года.
Earlier this week, I met with several brand ambassadors from Nacon to try out the new equipment coming out end of the year. Let's discover them together.
Ну и спасибо, друзья, за лайки, это приятно. Не буду врать. О, супер контроллер для файтингов, я так понимаю. Который еще и максимально комфортный. И в него можно вставлять, ну как бы, все мечты сбываются. Ну, хоть что-то выйдет в этом году.
Hey guys, I'm here in the beautiful city of Paris to try out the new gear from Nacon, the new controllers. I'm gonna be joined by a lot of great players inside, so let's go. So we are here at Luffy's place right now, and we will be playing a little bit of versus fighting right there. So first of all, Luffy, thank you so much for having us.
It's my pleasure.
We're in a really nice place right there. We've got the console set up. We also have Kayane and Mr. Crimson that's going to be playing a little bit later. Who do you think is going to win?
I actually think Kayane is going to win because she is playing Chun-Li, which is...
Я понимаю, почему он играет за Чун-Ли, у нее шикарные ляхи, задница, женщина мечта. Давайте.
When I started to play fighting games, I was playing with a Dreamcast controller, also Caliber 1, then a PS1 controller, and even when we were on PS2, I was still playing with a PS1 controller. Then my brother said, if you want to go to Japan someday and play in arcades, you have to learn to play on arcades.
Ну, довольно симпатичная азиатка.
And one of my goals, my dreams was to
Можно вообще так говорить сейчас?
I'm a big fan of Japan. And then I started to play with it, and I never left. And the fact I'm a French player, working with a French team, it's really nice.
Прям накрасилась, намакияжилась перед тем, как видео давать. Ну, девочка остается девочкой, чё бы кто бы ни говорил.
And I'm really annoying sometimes with some details, and I know that they're like, oh no, Kayane just sent a mail to say that to change things, but they are changing things when I tell them that it's better. I know they want the best from me, and everything I say, I feel like it's important. So making this stick with Nacon for many years now, it's really enjoyable.
First, pretty much like Kayane, I was playing a lot of Dreamcast, and I like where the joystick was.
Ким Чен Ын не в моем вкусе. Но это нет, но это личное, как бы. Я не говорю, что он в целом некрасив. Я говорю, что конкретно мне Ким Чен Ын не нравится. И он впервые увидел ее тюлечки, которые не очень, кстати, большие. И понял, что будет играть с ней в игры.
So they sent me a message, hey, you want our tournament using our pad? Okay, let's have a dinner together, and it starts from that. I'm a pro player, and as a professional, like my controller is my working tool. So what I like about the
говорит, трогать стики — это моя жизнь, это моя работа.
I can set the weight, I can change a lot of things in the pad, so That's probably the thing that I like the most about this controller.
Голым будет. Голые будут. Без голых никак.
Alright guys, I'm gonna stop you right there. I know you want to play a lot, that's what you guys do, but I'm suggesting something. Right now, you gotta swap controllers. You're gonna be playing on stick, and she's gonna be playing on controller.
It's gonna be very tough for me.
Okay, let's try it.
Парень, кстати, нормально, такой, мне все равно на чем играть, а девочка сразу запаниковала. Видно было. Ну да, я, кстати, прелюсть. Прям очень жарко мне в комнате, только ради вас держусь. Так бы давно пошел в ванку с пенкой. А чё нам не показали? Как они быстро сыграли, ё-моё. В чем прикол? В чем прикол так долго рассказывать о файтингах и не показать их битву? Я не понял. Моя не понимать. Мне вот реально, мне настолько жарко, что я бы сейчас с удовольствием снял бы футболку, но я понимаю, что все будут видеть в этом какой-то сексуальный подтекст, поэтому потерплю, посижу в футболке.
Back to Nacon Connect 2022, we talked accessories, now let's get back to the games.
Давайте, да, возвращаться к играм. О, мировая премьера. Вот как раз ваш голый. Голый прелость. Голая прелость. Смотрим.
Get to higher ground.
Надеюсь, что в этой игре можно будет разговаривать самому с собой. А то не канон. В принципе, я могу без игры, конечно, говорить сам с собой, но дело это в игре как-то более спокойно себя будет чувствовать. Вы видали махия? Как-то без предупреждения после голому сразу еще какую-то вещь показали.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to show the game for the first time.
Alright, so Andrea, can you talk to us about the game? Can you pitch it in just a few words?
Yes, of course. So, Gangs of Sherwood is an action co-op game with up to 4 players. It is set in a reinvented Robin Hood universe that mixes a medieval setting with World War I technology. So it's kind of unique. You pick one of the 4 main characters of the game. This is Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, Little John, and Maid Marian. And each one has its unique fighting mechanic.
В сентябре, 1 сентября. То ли 1, то ли 8. Короче, в самом начале сентября будет голым. Можно будет играть за тощего лысого парня и говорить самому себе, самим собой. Поэтому Голум очень ждем, потому что надоели мне все эти мускулистые мужики, сексуальные женщины. Хочу играть за маленького лысеющего монструзорного хоббита. Хочу играть за Голума. Это вообще не Голум. И какой-то Робин Гуд, который мне не нужен. Чуть-чуть показали Голума, я даже не успел насладиться его попкой, и уже показывают новую игру. А теперь два мужика общаются и делают вид, что им нравится общение. Так, шутить нельзя.
Joining me in the studio right now, I've got the producer for Paradise Project. Guillaume Blanchard is joining me right now. Thank you so much for being here.
А то это везде глаза, уши и око Саурона. Эко-софтвер. Софтвер. Что-то нам покажет. Игра, в которой можно гладить. Oh my god, вот именно этого я все время ждал. Давайте, скажите, что еще один выживач мы выпускаем. Давайте, выживачей недостаточно. Ну, кстати, зомби-слон, да, что-то новое. Окей. Paradise Project. 2023 год. Спасибо, кстати, друзья, за лайки. Это очень приятно, вы лучшие. Тоже, кстати, сначала подумал, что Dead Island, но нет. Но опять, зомби-слонов я видел нечасто. Ну да, немного что-то было такое, Элден, согласен. Он, короче, перевожу, он говорит, ни хрена себе, никогда не видел игры с зомби. Вообще игры с зомби это редкость. Как бы зомби это очень редкий соперник в играх. Никто еще не делал зомби-игры, это факт.
There is some handyman in Paradise who succeed to set up homemade technology to control zombie, and it is what we call zombie hacking. It's a core feature of our game.
All right, so now I get the why you get to control zombies, but how does it work? What's the how?
In fact, zombie hacking is experimental technology that first makes zombie harmless. So you put a hacking helmet on the zombie's head, and voila, he will stop trying to eat you.
And that's good.
Yeah, it's good start. Crafting is an important part of the game. We'll be able to create some equipment for your zombies, and you can also give them simple orders and combine.
Так этот парень не сильно отличается от зомби. Такой симпатяга.
The zombie you capture, for example, can join you in your exploration.
Где красивые персонажи?
Or you can leave them in your camp for defend it or to gather resources for you.
So you get to be best friends with zombies in a zombie game? Now that sounds really promising. When can we play it?
The game is scheduled for fall 2023 and will be available on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's time for us to take a closer look at Clash with the new gameplay trailer coming right up.
Clash. Я не могу понять, мне это нравится или нет. Тут, кстати, тоже есть слон-зомби какой-то. Ну да ладно. Ай! Ай! В конце, наверное, было больно. «9 февраля 2023 года».
Our next game will be presented by its creative director, Jonathan Jacques Beltet, will talk to us about Hell is Us.
О, сразу следующая игра.
Folks, my name is Jonathan Jacques Beltet.
Какой симпатичный мужчина. Я тоже сейчас зачешу себе волосы вот так.
But also how we created this game from scratch and the kind of like processes that brought us to its world, its gameplay, and these three narrative layers. So for Hell is Us, I took a bit of time to figure out what I wanted these kind of high-level directives to be. And they're a mixed bag of things that had always been dear to me and also stuff that I kind of knew that the team also wanted to try and work with. So I came up with about 5 or 6 and I proposed.
Теперь буду ходить только с зачесанными волосами.
So the first one at the top of the list is exploration and discovery. When it's truly player-driven, when it's like player cognitive abilities that are putting 2 and 2 together to discover the secrets of the game through your exploration. So the second one is pretty much, I guess, the main theme of the game. It's human emotions and passions, and specifically how they relate to human conflicts, all the horrors and the atrocities and the bloodshed that we can bring upon one another.
Вот не зачесанный и все, и поэтому не такой популярный. А он как зачесался и все. Жизнь удалась. Так, в этой игре можно махать мечом, уже хорошо.
Within a contemporary setting, as you can see, this brought a bit of a challenge how to justify the third-person melee combat in a contemporary setting. And the sixth one is I wanted to make sure that the enemies in the game were not humans and we would not bring any harm to human beings. So now that we had our set of directives, we were ready to really sit down and create the game, and then we created this story, and this brought us the 3 distinct narrative layers that we have in the game.
Правильно, зачем показывать игру, если о ней можно рассказать? Полностью согласен. А то трейлеры клепай, блять, время тратить свое. Просто вышел, сказал, мы делаем шикарную игру. Предзаказывай. В этой игре можно кататься на скейте. Падать. Кататься в шапке. Ну, пока все неплохо. Ну вот, игра выходит 22 сентября этого года. Хоть что-то выходит в этом году. Играть я, правда, в это не буду. А может буду, хрен знает. Ну и спасибо, друзья, за лайки. Пастех Геймс. О, что-то интригующее.
Consumed by a beast within her. Cursed virtuoso. His deadly melodies linger on the air, much like the plague that trails in his wake. The blighted warrior. His warped mind, haunted by the draconic soul he is now bound to. Or perhaps the icy damsel, whose touch is as cold as her frosty heart. Which forgotten legend can resist the darkness? Others will also come to answer the call of the Raven's Watch.
Raven's Watch. Ну, диблоид какой-то. На ПК ранний доступ в 2023 году. Ну и обязательно возьмите ее в виш-лист, потому что это диблоид. Ну, мне так кажется, что такое диаблоид.
So Valentin, a lot of mysteries surrounding this game, but already some gameplay footage from Raven's Watch. Tell us everything.
Sure. At Testa Games we are really
Если я зеваю, это не значит, что мне не нравится. Это значит, что я просто зеваю.
Raven's Watch is a top-down action roguelike with a new feature that's very dear to our hearts: online co-op up to 4 players.
All right, so up to 4 players in co-op online. That sounds really good, but can you tell us more about the gameplay?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Action is at the heart of the gameplay, thanks to tactics and intense challenges. Also, the game will let you play as different characters, each with
Ни хрена себе, в этой игре будут разные персонажи. Никогда такого не было. То есть реально 4 персонажа, которых показали, они будут отличаться друг от друга.
So Valentin, since I have you here and you're the art director on the project, can you talk to me a little bit about the kind of world we can expect from Raven's Watch?
Of course. In Raven's Watch, you will play as characters taken from myths, legends, and fairy tales that actually act as the protectors of the dream world. Nightmare has broken into the world and is wreaking havoc and creating monsters that you will have to face off against. This is a very dark fantasy take on fairy tales.
Это очень very fantasy dark tale, очень темная фэнтези.
So we cannot wait to show you more.
Well, this sounds really exciting. I personally can't wait to play it with my friends, but is there a date? When can we play it?
We're looking at a PC early access next year in 2023.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Our next game is going to challenge your decision-making and management skills. This is the gameplay trailer for War Hospital.
Военный госпиталь.
War Hospital puts you in the challenging role of taking command of a front-line field hospital located in northern France during the Great War. There are no clear-cut right or wrong decisions when it comes to maintaining morale or holding the front line. An equally fierce battle is being fought behind the front, the battle to save lives. War Hospital focuses on the constant fight to save the wounded, chemical warfare, bullets, shells, and finally mental trauma.
Ну, опять какой-то такой менеджмент игра. Кому-то нравится, мне такой не очень нравится, честно, друзья. Не жду.
Is the life of a single person worth risking the entire hospital's population for? How far will you...
Если вы тоже не ждете, киньте денежки, донат, чтобы я знал, что вы тоже не ждете.
Face them, learn from your mistakes, and improve your hospital. Find a solution to every problem. Adapt on the go to maintain morale and prevent the collapse of the front line, which constantly needs to be strengthened. New types of wounds require the use of newer and newer medical technologies, new infrastructures, or having to use more drastic treatment methods when you are dealing with the most seriously injured soldiers. You have the fate of many lives in your hands. The War Hospital must carry on.
Многие жизни в ваших руках, друзья. И игра эта будет доступна в 2023 году.
I had the chance to visit the studios of KT Racing, who are now working on 2 different games, WRC Generation and the long-awaited Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.
И 2 гоночки. Простите.
2022
Introducing the new era of WRC. Unveiling the groundbreaking new hybrid Rally 1 cars powered by fossil-free fuels. Choose a driving strategy to maximize power against duration. Electric boost off the start line, then regenerate power under braking. Blast off with a new hybrid powertrain, delivering up to 100 horsepower of extra power.
Не фанат гонок, ничего с этим поделать не могу. Ну, я не против гонок, но мне нравилось, как раньше были там Need for Speed, все эти Most Wanted, Underground, что-то такое. Подобные вот гоночки у меня не вызывают никаких чувств. Я не говорю, что они плохие, я просто говорю, что мои сосочки не встали. Я буду честен, мои сосочки не встали от этой гоночки. Мои сосочки даже не напряглись в момент показа этого трейлера. Дайте мне хороший трейлер. Дайте мне какой-нибудь крутой анонсик. Пожалуйста, пожалуйста.
One of the big new feature in the game this year is the league system. The league system is a way to make the players drive at their rhythm with people with the same skill. So it's a nice way to enter in the competition with all the contents that we have in the game, countries and cars. It's a very dynamic system.
Да, это ралли, я просто говорю, мне такое не нравится, я не испытываю от подобного удовольствия. Опять, я не говорю, что эта игра плохая. Тут именно вопрос вкусовщины мне просто не нравится.
And you know we have also a very big, ambitious game at KT Racing, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, and I will let our lead game designer Guillaume talk.
Но мне нравится французский акцент. Но опять надо волосы зачесывать назад.
Experiencing a car. In Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, there is different landscape. You know, across Hong Kong Island there is.
Не, допустим, мне нравится, ну, я иногда не против погонять, мне там в GTA-шке нравится погонять иногда. Но в целом гоночки это не мое. А вот жена любит. Но опять, она тоже любит такие аркадные гонки в духе Need for Speed.
The Solar Crown is hosting a tournament across Hong Kong Island. And it's a special competition the player is gonna experience during the game against the other players. There is two aspects of competition in the game. One is the official one, the Solar Crown Live event. It's a competitive PvP. And the other one is about lifestyle, about clans. You are going to join the...
Они просто молча, не объясняя, стали теперь про Test Drive Unlimited новый рассказывать. А, нет. Короче, давайте тест-драйв показывайте и идите дальше.
When you find the car that's truly yours.
It's not one in a collection, or a line in the ledger. It's love.
My car is a reflection of me.
Every last detail is there by choice.
Mine makes me stand out from the crowd.
Mine is different to all others.
We may have started as human and machine.
But we always arrive as one.
And together, there are no limits to what we can do.
Ну вы поняли. Test Drive Unlimited. Solar Crown. 2023 год. И последний сюрприз, походу, или чё? О, очки. Темнота. Дверь. Засов. Трясущаяся камера. Терминатор. Nacon Studio Милан. Ну, они, я так понимаю, делают какого-то нового Терминатора. Параллельно с Робокопом, наверное. Но они показали чуть-чуть Терминатора и все. Я не понял, где Терминатор? Согласен, Александр. Это совсем коротенький сюрприз. Чтоб у вас пипирки были такими короткими, как вы сюрпризы показываете. А? Нет.
We've shown you everything we've got in store here at Nacon Connect 2022. We hope you guys are...
Вот чтобы у тебя конкретно бородатая пипирка была такой маленькой, как вы Терминатор показываете по чуть-чуть. Ну сейчас досижу до конца, вдруг что-то будет еще. Вряд ли, конечно. Ну, не, ну что-то показали интересно. Было пару интересных, заметных игр.
Every time, at every picture, there you have it. Yeah, and I hope that you guys are excited for this upcoming title. Very, very anticipated title, actually. Definitely. But yeah, you know, we've seen like tons of games, like everything. So one quick question for you guys in the chat. You know, you might want to type in TDU, but please go ahead and tell me.
Think about something else.
Yeah, think about something else. Tell us which game was your favorite. All right. So I'm asking you, Funka, which game was your favorite? Actually?
Well, I have to admit.
Не, ну Робокоп показали, Голема показали, Steel Rising показали. Вот этот хоррор не ЖТ был тоже интересным. Ну, были проекты, которые я смотрел такой. Ну, можно играть, нужно играть. Но в целом... Мои сосочки за время этой конференции, этой презентации вставали очень редко. Пишите, как часто вставали ваши сосочки на этой презентации.
Speaks to me, right? Yeah. The overall setting, like the first World War, is actually promising. Yeah. And yeah, I cannot wait for Ad Infinitum to basically. It's in 2023.
Yeah, I remember you playing a couple of games like this and like yelling and you know screaming.
Yes,
fear and
this is what
Skip,
I thought.
skip. Я перематываю вас, а вы не перематываетесь.
Ad infinitum for you. What about you in the chat? Obviously, don't hesitate to tell us. But as we mentioned earlier in the show, well, there's something for everybody, right? Like we've seen games going from simulation to you know action adventure. We even saw some roguelites.
Ну, единственное, что они не обманули, игры были совершенно разных жанров. Это круто.
What I'm trying to say is that we've seen everything, and there's something for you in this conference. Basically, there's a game that you will have to play, you know, in the following years.
Yeah, game and accessories also, because as you've been able to see, but we have plenty of stuff for you guys, like arcade.
Вот эти парни не зачесывают волосы назад, они из моей банды.
Here in the Nacon family, which is, well, you know, something we couldn't wait to actually show to you guys. This is what this Nacon Connect is for, but you know, everything has to come to an end, Funka.
No way.
Yes.
Is it really over?
I think it is.
I hope, obviously, you guys enjoyed what we've shown you today.
Ну, кажется, да, все, не будет какого-то больше про Терминатор рассказа. Злодеи.
Don't forget to wishlist those games. I know there's a couple of them that you actually enjoyed. So don't hesitate to do so. And I guess for us, TPK, Funka, that's the end for us, but we really enjoyed our time. So obviously, don't forget to wishlist the games. Let's go Nacon, and once again, we'll see you next time.
Ну что, друзья, я тоже хочу вам сказать thank you, сказать спасибо. Было здорово, что вы меня смотрели, общались со мной. Александр, Михаил, Элден. Человек со знаком вопроса в никнейме. Спасибо, что были на стриме. Миша вроде всех назвал. Миша, Александр, Элден, там еще один человек. Всем вам огромное человеческое спасибо, что были на стриме. На этом все. Надеюсь, скоро увидимся. Да, спасибо.